Perception, reality. Objective is to keep them in sync so we can make informed decisions. Why is it important, you ask? Well, multiple research show that an average person makes about 35,000 decisions a day. Decisions that range from a very simple one, such as trying to decide whether to drink water or soda with your meal, to a very complex one where you might be trying to decide which house to buy. Regardless of its simplicity or complexity, every decision we make goes through a process that's unique to each individual and ensures that we are indeed making informed decisions. The process itself is very simple. It's information from multiple sources that we put through some sort of validation, and then we pull out relevant information we need to make our decisions. The concern or the complexity is how we validate our information, because it relies heavily on how we perceive things, regardless what the reality might be. Hence, the concept of perception versus reality. Perception is when people choose to make the decisions based on what they see, hear, or feel. Reality is when people choose to make their decisions based on facts, knowledge, and experiences. Unfortunately, most of us have chosen to live in this perceived world. Consciously or subconsciously, we are making decisions based on presumed assumptions, which is a reflection of who we are and where we come from. Perceived world, or as experts call it, a perceptual world, created through a perceptual system, which is nothing more than a process that our brain uses to store information in the knowledge bank so we can recall them as needed to make our decisions. There are many ways that it's flawed, which we will get to in a moment, but first, let's see how all of this works. Let's do a brain exercise. So here's what we're going to do. I will say a word or a short sentence, and then give you a few seconds to analyze your thoughts, so you can then create this image as it relates to the word or the sentence that I have just said. For example, California. Your image may look like a version of something like this, or this, or this, or this. It's that simple. So are we ready for the first sentence? It's a typical Monday morning. Your image probably doesn't look anything like this, for two reasons. This is something that you have personally never experienced, so it doesn't exist in your knowledge bank. Second, your focus was on yourself, so you were tapping into your own memories and experiences, rather than experiences of others, which is a typical brain behavior to put yourself first before anyone, unless you prime and train it otherwise.
And in 2016, my mind clicked. He asked me the most bizarre questions you could ever ask me. Did he hurt me? I don't know. Did he do anything to me? I don't know. But he did enough. I asked him. And I have to work on every time I get in this kind of mood to forgive him. And that's really hard. Of 2016 was playing that all over again in my head. And I wanted to fix it, but I couldn't fix it. And of course, I still want to fix it, but I can't fix it. So sometimes when they fix that air conditioner, that's what I want to do. fix that air conditioner. But to me, you can't fix the air conditioner. Why? Because I was in a psychotic break when we had a flood. And in my head, it reverts back to that. And so therefore, I hate loud noises. Hate it. Cannot deal with them. So, if anybody's listening, that beep in your head, that voice in your head, not everybody's gone around it, gone through it, but I have. And to somebody fixing something, like an air conditioner or anything else, it may be just an air conditioner to you. But it's not just an air conditioner to me. It's not just a flood. It's been it's been more than 10 years that I've graduated from high school, but that will never go away. And because I got taught by one of my favorite teachers, Jack Frazier, on what perception versus reality is, that changed my life forever. I can't tell you how much I thank him for that. He was a good teacher, but man, he was strict. But maybe that's sometimes for the best. Now I think that class truly impacted me and made me a better person to understand what people are feeling. Perception versus reality. So when I go back to that psychotic break, thing that I hate, or a beeping noise, it immediately clicks my brain and goes to that thing. You may have heard sounds, but you've never heard them like me. You may have heard voices, but you've never heard them like me. Or you may have, because that's my perception. Perception versus reality. That priest will live in my life forever. And unfortunately, so many others that he hurt. So sure, I have to do it all over again. Forgive. And I can't go back and fix my life. And I want to sometimes, but you can't. Fix your perception, not your reality, because you'll never fix your reality. Changing my perception again will be hard. So what I want to do for myself is say, I know it sounds easy because I'm a good friend. Say hello, friend. It sounds so easy, but it's not when you're not feeling good. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam's Mental Health Day. Now on to baseball and maybe a little bit of football. That's the
Royals. Their best series of the season as they sweep the Reds and outscore them 21-3. On yesterday's game, Lucas Ursay got the sweep and slammed the door as he came in for Sam DeYoung. After the bases were loaded, 1 out. It was 4-1 at the time, and then the Royals scored 3 more. But that out that was occurred by Lucas Ursay was the difference maker in the game. Even though the Royals scored 3 more runs, I don't know if the Royals would have won. The Cardinals dropped 2 games back of 500, 50%. The Cubs dropped 3 games back of 500, which is 50%. Former Bronco Pro Bowl safety Simons signs an 8-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. Quarterback Russell Wilson will make his Steelers preseason debut on Saturday. ESPN says Pro Bowl Stephon Gilmore has reached a deal principal 1 year, $10 million with the Minnesota Vikings former Cowboy. Gardner Minshew is named as the Las Vegas Raiders starting quarterback for Week 1 against the Los Angeles Chargers. Breaking news, Washington Commanders, Dan Quinn has named second overall pick Jaden Daniels as the Washington quarterback number 1 on the depth chart. And that's it for football and baseball. That's Sam on Sports.